all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Here, JR the Bossman Show. Talk to our buddy from the OVC, media extraordinaire Kyle Schwartz. Kyle, how are things in beautiful Brentwood, Tennessee today, man?
Things are a little rainy, but they're great, and we're looking forward to these championship seasons ramping up very shortly.
Now, Kyle, I must say I was in attendance last Thursday at Austin Peay and Murray State. A great game, a great ending, a great atmosphere at the Dunn Center. I was just so impressed about the fans of Austin Peay and Murray State showed out. ESPN2 had a great show with Seth Greenberg and Tom Hart there, man. As being an OVC guy that you are, how'd you feel with that game, to seeing the talent showed off with the great coaching with Matt McMahon, Matt Figure, and John Morant doing his thing out there?
Well, I hope the listeners are at least a little aware of some of the great history that the OVC's had, and if they are, I think you really would know that our schools have been great rivalries and great support from their fans. And when I first started in 2006, when you thought Murray State, Austin Peay, that was the rivalry. The gyms were packed. It was intense. Things have changed over the years. Now all of our games are streamed online, or if it's on ESPN2, it's sometimes easier to stay home, but I thought both the fan bases did a great job. It was on ESPN2, and having some big-time announcers call a game with, everybody should know about John Morant now from Murray State, but if they didn't know about Terry Taylor, a sophomore from Austin Peay, they probably found out a little bit of something about him, and it just speaks to the high quality of basketball we've had an OVC for a long time. This season, it may be some of the most talent we've had at one period in a long time.
And Kyle, you have a four-way race for those double buys in Evansville with Austin P, Murray State, Jacksonville State on the Ray Harper, Rick Bird at Belmont, of course, and Matt McMahon at Murray State. So as we come down to the last weeks of the season, what are the tiebreakers that you know of to get those double buys for those teams in that four-way race there?
I'm laughing because tiebreakers are always a funny thing we talk about in the office when it gets down to 2 weeks left. Everybody wants to know. Everybody's calling me, and I just tell everybody to relax till we get down to to about 2 games left in the season. But right now, Belmont controls their destiny. If they win out, they're tied with Murray State right now. They beat Murray State head to head. So if Belmont wins out, they'll be the number 1 seed and get that bye. And if Murray also wins out, we would actually have co-champions. We don't break that tie. Everybody gets a trophy, but Murray would be that number 2 seed, and those 1 and 2 seeds get that double bye to the semis. So that is super crucial. You only have to win 2 games to go to the NCAA tournament. But Austin P, Jacksonville State, 11-3. They're just 1 game back. And Austin P and Murray play the last game of the regular season. So, and in Jacksonville State, they beat Belmont twice. So if somehow Jacksonville State gets in a tie with Belmont, they're going to have the advantage there. But really, those top 4 teams have separated themselves. You're going to see those as our 4 seeds. The 3 and 4 seed get a single bye to the quarterfinals. So it's really important that the regular season is rewarded with our tournament format.
Yes, indeed. If I was one of those 4 coaches, I want to get in that top 2 to ensure that they'll double bye. 2 wins is better than 1, and you save the legs that extra night because on night 3, having to play back to back to back, eventually they catch up with you if we in that format that you guys have.
Now, we have heard, and maybe you give your opinion, with it. Sometimes if you don't play till Friday, if you haven't played since Sunday, you're a little rusty, and you haven't played a game in the building while your opponent has played a game. Now, some people would say that's an issue if a number 1 seed loses in the semifinal, but I sort of agree with you. Less games means more rest for the teams.
And that's why I've always told coaches off the record you should have play more guys because when you get in tournament time at the mid-major level, Kyle, as you and I both know, you need those guys to be fresh as possible. Mm-hmm. So if you playing 9 or 10 guys, you can have that depth of carry 40 minutes a night playing back to back to back to back. But if you don't, playing 7 guys, 8 guys, it could come back and catch you when you don't want it to. That's what I try to tell coaches off the record. Try to give them a little sideline coaching from my point of view. They help my little bit.
Exactly. And, some of our teams are deeper than others. And, sometimes this time of year you get down to your 7 or 8 guys. So the less games is more important. If you got a star like John Moran, obviously he plays 40 minutes a night usually. Keep his legs fresh and only have him win 2 games to get to the NCAAs.
And Kyle, I wanted to ask you about this. How's the digital network and ESPN Plus really helped the OVC's viability, visibility amongst fans outside of the OVC towns? Because are you able to track where the watchers come from, listeners come from? Are you able to track those kind of stats to kind of know who's watching you at what time?
Well, this is our first year we're in a relationship with ESPN. We renewed our linear deal, and with that, we decided to take our streaming efforts to ESPN Plus, which launched back over the summer. And right now we don't have all those analytics. ESPN does, however, though, and they're gathering, and we'll meet with them this summer, and they'll tell us some of the numbers and some of those things. It's behind a paywall. We've not been behind a paywall, for almost a decade. So fans had to pay that $4.99 a month, but you're just not getting OVC basketball. They're getting lots of other college basketball. They're getting UFC, a lot of content on there now. They're getting some pro sports. They're getting some what used to be ESPN Insider. They're getting those articles on the ESPN website. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. One thing I will say that as a communications person I've seen, I reference John Moran again. He's projected top 3 or 4 pick in the NBA draft. When he plays on a Saturday night at Eastern Kentucky on ESPN Plus, ESPN already has the feed is going to ESPN, so they can pull those highlights or that coverage. So there's many nights on SportsCenter you'll see the OVC highlights right next to everybody. And it used to be a little more difficult when we had our own digital network. We'd have to cut those highlights and send to ESPN. We kind of took that middleman out of the process now. So a lot more attention for our deserving student athletes. So I've seen a lot of positive feedback from that relationship already.
Yes, indeed. Now, Kyle, you're in year 2 in Evansville at the Ford Center, but I didn't get a chance to talk to you last year about it. How would you recap year 1? How's it different been down in this auditorium than being in Evansville? How was that for the fans? What's feedback about that? Because I didn't get to talk to you then about it, so I want to kind of catch up on that as well.
Yeah, well, we need to get you all the way up to Evansville for some games. Evansville, I had not really been to Evansville before our tournament decided to go there. It's only 2 hours north of Nashville, and it's really all highway, like 2 turns the entire way there. I think people really, it's cliche, the movie Hoosiers, Indiana, it's a basketball state, and I think that really really holds true. They have a nice arena. It was built in 2011-12. It's can seat about 11,000 if you had every seat open. They have big time concerts. They've had some really big country concerts. They had Elton John back in the fall. I mean, so they're getting big concerts. They have a minor league hockey team and an indoor arena football team that's going to start soon. So they host a lot of events, and the University of Evansville plays their games there. So people come out and watch basketball all year. We had some good crowds. Murray State, obviously, last year was very good, and their fan base is awesome. They travel to the games. But I think we had some pretty good walk-up from the community. Now, the building, though, as I said, state-of-the-art, and from, we always say, student-athlete experience. From that experience, the locker rooms, the behind-the-scenes things, just the floor, the lighting, the video board, we just got rave reviews. So I think that the first year is a success. We're back there March 6th to the 9th this year. We have a contract for next year, too, and then we'll see after that. But it really went good. We just encourage our fans to go out and travel from their schools wherever they are. If you're in the Evansville area, come out. If you live in Evansville and you're a UE fan and your team's lost, come on out and see some basketball. Because as I said, we got some really good. We have one surefire NBA talent, and we got 2 people this year who are seniors who are going to get an NBA look, and some other people down the road for sure who will as well.
And Kyle, do you have special packages for like day session, night session, women's and men's, or is it kind of all encompassing them together as one?
A great question. OVCsports.com/Evansville. All of our packages. We have an all-session ticket that's $80 that would get you all 14 games, 7 men's and 7 women's. I know not everybody's probably interested in that. So we have single session for $15 for women's games and $30 for men's games. So it depends on how many games you want to go to. If you just want to go to 1 or 2, that's maybe the best way. If you want to go to every game, the all-session ticket that you can get right there from the website link is the way to go. But try to make it as affordable as we can. And, our schools are selling all-session tickets, too, so if anybody's out there listening that's got a favorite school and they want to attend, contact your school's ticket office, and they can definitely help you out.
Now, Kyle, not just basketball. You got track and field, golf, you got baseball coming up. This spring semester for you guys is very, very busy. So how do you and your staff in Brentwood go about getting put on all these events throughout the spring semester for all your athletes to make them have that great athlete experience, as you just mentioned earlier here, Kyle?
Well, we try to do a lot of planning. So we just, you mentioned track. Our indoor track championship are the next 2 days in a neutral site in Birmingham, the Crossplex, where there's actually 5 Division I conferences, and then the NCAA championship is also at that venue. So our athletes are going to compete on the same track that the NCAA championships will be in a couple of weeks after ours. So, we plan on that. We plan basketball. We take a little bit of break, and then you come around to golf, tennis, outdoor track, baseball, and softball. But we just got some good people who are in the office who sort of work on it year-round to plan for all our championships. And of course, basketball is the most high-profile, and probably the most goes into that. But outside of that, we try to treat every championship the same as we can and make them important, because they all are important, because the golf student athlete doesn't know what the basketball student athlete gets, so we make sure everybody is treated great.
You got there right, because all the day it all matters to everybody. Everybody has a different experience, and you want to make sure it's great for all student athletes involved, and you all do a great job of that. And Kyle, going forward, 2019, 2020, how do y'all plan to keep on growing the OVC brand and get it more visibility, keep on growing and getting the schools more involved? What are your plans in that area?
Yeah, I think we've seen a little bit of uptick again with some of the high-profile basketball student athletes who we've had. You're going to have a couple of people drafted in the NFL draft this year too. The new football league that just started. We got a bunch of people playing on the Memphis team as well in the AAF. So trying to capitalize on just some exposure from those people and just see what kind of experiences they had when they were in the OVC. And then we get a chance to go to a new community like Evansville, trying to spread the word there, because we have a lot of OVC alums throughout the South. So I think I've said this before. The one thing is sometimes they're also fans of the bigger school in the area. So if you're from Martin, Tennessee, you probably like the Tennessee Volunteers too. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we want you to support Martin. So trying to work with our schools just to get those stories out, because we have a lot of good stories. It's just not on the field success. It's people doing things in the classroom and off the field too that are great stories.
And what's good about the show here, Kyle, is that based on the markets I'm in, I touch most overseas markets because Jacksonville State is only 100 miles from where I'm at right now, believe it or not. People don't realize how close it is to Atlanta. It's only 100 miles away, down I-20. And Tennessee State, Belmont, we in Station Nashville, so we got Memphis, we got Indiana. So I tell people all the time, college basketball is a global thing. College sports is global, and with the radio show that we have, it makes sense because we're in so many markets. We have to cover all the different conferences because we have listeners who may go to those schools, and it all touches one way or another.
And I think that's great. And I think the thing, too, and we appreciate that exposure is, sometimes you're in one OVC market and you move to another, or you move to Atlanta or whatever. But just know that wherever you are, you can support your TSU gear, your Belmont gear, or your Eastern Kentucky gear, and we have some really good fans out there, and we hope to they just log on and tune into their schools' outlets to learn a little bit more what's going on campus.
Speaking of the AAF, Kyle, and the NFL, a lot of alumni, I did a lot of research about it. I see a lot of alumni in the AAF. I saw like Terrell Bonds from Tennessee State is a starting cornerback at the Memphis Express out there for the AAF team. I still see Kadeem Edwards is on the Dallas Cowboys roster for a little while last year. Guys like that, Tajir McCall's in the G League with the Nets. So I'll talk about some guys like that in the OVC. How it makes you guys feel the office when you see guys continuing professional careers after being in the OVC for so many years and doing big things for you guys.
And I meant to do some research on our Memphis guys in the AAF. I know I haven't got to watch a game yet, but looking at the preseason and the roster and some of the people there, it was double digits. Now, how many of those people will make it the whole season and make an impact? But I think it shows that we play FCS football, so 1AA, what people used to call it. It's not necessarily the one that everybody watches every week, but we have some tremendous talent out there. And Demetrius Rainey played at TSU. He played in the NFL, and he just didn't make it. And he's there. And the roster, Jessamine Dunker. There's two NFL linemen who they played a year or two in the NFL, and now they're here. So I think in the AAF you'll see the talent. It's not a minor league like some people think. It's right there with NFL. These people are right there. So, but we have people who are doing well in the NFL too, and Jimmy Garoppolo is somebody that missed all this past season with the 49ers, but he signed a big contract and he'll be back. And he went to Eastern Illinois, so he's an OVC alum. So we just celebrate anybody gets a chance out there that goes from FCS and a professional opportunity. We want to wish them the best and hopefully they will have great success.
And can't forget Sean Payton and Tony Romo in the booth, who's doing a great job for CBS right now. I didn't know he was that good at commentating until this year, man. I didn't realize he was this good.
Who doesn't love Tony Romo? I mean, he's so excited. He knows so much, and I think they took a chance on how good he was before they hired him. Whenever, and it really paid off. So to see OVC student athletes, they only excel on the field, but that degree he got and the knowledge he got playing football has really helped him. And before him, he was doing it for CBS. Phil Simms was doing it. He went to Morehead State, who he played in the OVC back when in the '80s. So it was sort of like the torch was passed from one OVC football alum to another one there on CBS.
Yes, indeed. Well, Kyle, if the Hawks didn't have a home stand during the tournament, I would be in Evansville. But no, the Hawks they pay the bills first, so I have to be with the Atlanta Hawks.
I understand that. Hopefully, you can maybe log on to ESPN Plus or watch ESPN and catch some of the games that way because we want to make it accessible for all the fans.
Well, yes, based on my friendships with Coach Berg, Coach Figger, Coach McMahon, and Coach Harper, I have to watch if those guys are in it. Now, I don't know how I'm going to cheer for because they all come on my radio program and are good guys. So, but
you got to be neutral. Learn to be neutral.
Yes, indeed. As long as somebody come on the show wins, I'll be happy.
That's right. And if they haven't been on the show, then they better get on the show if they win.
Yes, indeed. There's always good luck when you come on the Bossman show. I tell people that all the time. We have good show karma for all coaches. You come on the show, typically you win. That's part of our pitch. But Kyle, hey man, always good talk to you, my brother. Good to see you, man. Hopefully I'll see you Thursday at Austin P. I'll be there. Hopefully I'll see you then. If I don't, we have to catch up down the road, buddy.
Sounds good. I appreciate the chance to be on, and thank everybody for supporting the OVC out there.
All right, folks, it's Kyle Schwartz here on the Bossman Show.
This beat is so electric.
Hip hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.